alcohol, the substances were consumed before boarding or secretly imbibed while on board. Training staff in airport bars and duty-free shops to sell alcohol responsibly, including avoiding offers that encourage binge drinking, can cut incidents by half, the association said, and this follows some work done by Monarch Airlines and London's Gatwick Airport. Airlines already have strong guidelines and crew training on the responsible provision of alcohol, IATA said. Got some examples here. In England, a woman pleaded guilty in June to assaulting an EasyJet pilot. She was said by prosecutors to have punched the pilot in the face after he deemed her too intoxicated to fly. And in another case, a male passenger allegedly urinated on a fellow passenger on an EasyJet flight while they were waiting to get off after landing at Edinburgh. 6 men were involved in a drunken brawl in a Jetstar flight from Sydney to Thailand in July, and they were ordered off the plane after it was diverted to Indonesia. An American Airlines pilot tackled one passenger to the floor when he tried to force his way off the plane as it taxied to the gate in Charlotte, North Carolina. And "Don't you put your hands on my flight attendant," the pilot is heard yelling at the passenger because somebody videoed it. There's always somebody with a phone and a video. The passenger was arrested and charged with being intoxicated and disruptive. And airlines want more countries to ratify a 2014 treaty that closes the gaps in law in dealing with unruly passengers. And believably, as far as I'm concerned, only 6 countries have signed up to the treaty. And you're not going to believe who these countries are. Bahrain, Congo, Dominican Republic, Gabon, Guyana and Jordan. They've all ratified the pact. I think that's terrible. But there we go. So Scotland. There's nothing like going to Scotland in the autumn and winter to get cold and wet. But there's a couple of stories that come out to try and entice you north of the border. Edinburgh residents and visitors to the capital in Scotland are being treated to a tasty new city experience as a brand new city bus tour, and it includes onboard gourmet dining. Including onboard gourmet dining. It's called the Red Bus Bistro, and it's a fully staffed vintage 1966 Routemaster bus, and it made its debut a few days ago, and it introduces a new concept of city tour. They say they're going to offer passengers chic double-decker dining options as part of the Edinburgh destination experience. The Routemaster will serve daily afternoon tea tours and gourmet burger tours, inviting passengers to enjoy the quality dining experience while they're taking the stunning sights and historic culture of Scotland's capital city. Meals are served by a friendly, smart-dressed crew donning black watch tartan uniforms, and they're ready to provide customers with local insights about Edinburgh's key attractions. There's also free Wi-Fi, and you can dine and download with a dedicated Red Bus Bistro Tour application on your mobile phones. So the tour takes in key attractions, and it lasts 1 to 2 hours depending on the tour chosen. It was created by somebody called Alison Simpson, who's from East Kilbride, and she's trying to capitalise on Scotland's growing reputation of a land of quality food and drink, and the fact that £1 in every 5 is spent on food and drink by visitors during their stay. The afternoon teas and gourmet burger tours depart at 2 p.m, 3 p.m, and 5:30 p.m, with the first tour consisting of a selection of freshly made sandwiches presented on beautifully decorated three-tiered slate platters. There's homemade pastries, award-winning cupcakes and warm home-baked scones with traditional preserves and clotted cream. A whole new way of experiencing meals on wheels. Diners can choose hot drinks from an array of specially selected breakfast and herbal teas and freshly brewed coffees, which is prepared in a modified kitchen situated on the bottom deck. An evening gourmet burger tour offers a unique nighttime experience for passengers to witness the wonderful illuminated landmarks of Scotland's capital. You can book your menu of choice online ahead of the tour, selecting either a 7-ounce Angus burger, Cajun chicken burger, slow roasted pulled pork burger, or mushroom blue cheeseburger, all served with a warm brioche and accompanied by seasoned fries and onion rings. Doesn't look like I'll be taking part because none of that's vegan, especially, believe it or not, the pork and the chicken and the beef. You can find the tours at Bay 16 at St Andrew's bus station, and it covers most of the popular landmarks, including the Castle, Palace of Holyrood House, Charlotte Square, South Lothian Road, Castle Terrace, Spittal Street, Forest Road, Candlemaker Row, Grassmarket, George IV Bridge, South Bridge, Royal Mile, and many others, and Princess Street, of course. The person who came up with it, Alison, she previously worked long-haul airlines flying from Glasgow and Gatwick, and she got the idea on this frequent trips to the Cayman Islands, so she must be XBA. During her time off, family packages and gift vouchers are available, as well as private hire with the upper seating dining holding 28 passengers and the full capacity of 40 people. And there are discounts available for groups, and there is an alcohol licence in Scotland that have to be. If this thing is of interest to you, then visit www.redbusbistro.co.uk, or you can call on 01355 229 448. And of course you can find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. If you've been on one of the first goes of this, please do share your experiences. What was it like eating on a bus going round corners? Did you digest it easily, or did you feel a little bit queasy? Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Checking it out before you check in on the John Guinn Travel Show on ukhealthradio.com. So I was talking about a new bus trip around Edinburgh with food involved. And sticking with Scotland, I'm now going to move on to something which is much more serious and much, well, I don't want to say more worthwhile, but you know what I mean. And it features a guest I've had on my show in the past. 70 families facing some of the toughest challenges of life are able to take a day out now thanks to a new partnership between Visit Scotland, the Scottish tourism industry, and my guest from a few years ago, the Family Holiday Association. After an appeal by the National Tourism Organisation to visit to attractions, transport companies and other public bodies, over 300 people from disadvantaged backgrounds, including 200 children, will receive a much-needed break during October. Families from the west of Scotland will be amongst the first in Scotland to take part in the initiative. This follows the Scott Spirit Breaks initiative, which was launched in February as part of Visit Scotland's Scott Spirit campaign, which is a global movement built on the extensive research which shows that people think Scotland has a unique spirit, whether it's the magic of the landscapes or the warmth of the people. Although the warmth of the people thing, my father-in-law didn't speak to me for the first 6 months when I dated his daughter because I was English. But apart from him, the people are very warm. Visit Scotland began working with the UK charity Family Holiday Association and the tourism industry to create opportunities for struggling families in Scotland, and many of whom would never have had a family holiday, and it enables them to see more of their country. So far, nearly 100 families across Scotland have been able to participate in a short break. The huge success of those Scott Spirit Breaks has now led to the new initiative, which will provide a regional case study based in Glasgow and surrounding regions. The learnings from the pilot will help shape how Visit Scotland supports the tourism industry to promote inclusivity and to help more people enjoy the benefits of a much-needed break in Scotland. Businesses that supported Scott Spirit Breaks include Hilton Hotels, Scottish Youth Hostel Association, IBIS, Novotel, McDonald Hotels, Historic Environment Scotland, National Trust for Scotland, Sightseeing Bus Tours, Glasgow Science Centre, Edinburgh Bus Tours. In fact, the list is quite large and it's far too much for me to go through because that wouldn't sound very entertaining whatsoever. But if you want to know more, visit scotland.com/Scots Spirit, and you can find out more about the Scott Spirit Breaks and the Social Tourism Initiative. Or you can also visit visitscotland.org as well. And for more information on the Family Holiday Association, a worthwhile cause, it's familyholidayAssociation.org.uk. If you've been involved in this sort of thing and you've helped people take a much needed break, please do tell me your story at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. And if you're running any more, please do let me know and I'll publicise it so hopefully you can get some more help. So facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Let me know if you've done any Family Holiday Association type trips And if there's got anything that's coming up and you need some help, I can put a call out to see what happens. You can keep up to date with travel news and leave me a message at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. We're coming to the end of this week's show. A few housekeeping things now. I mentioned last week there's now a website thanks to Not Just Travel, and the travel franchise people are on my show at the beginning of September. Go to facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. There's a tab there that says shop locally or shop now. It's a chance for you to have a look at some prices of holidays to see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Please do take a look. And I am open to feedback, so if you had a look at the website, just give me any feedback if you feel that anything needs changing. If you'd like to see anything added, I can't guarantee that anything's going to be done, but I can always feed it back to the travel franchise and say that this might be a good idea. So go to my Facebook page, John Guinn Travel Show, and click on the shop tab at the top and have a look. Please do have a go at the website, take it to pieces if you can, see if you can break it. Any feedback would be gratefully received. A few years ago, I had a look at disabled travel, and I had a couple of people on who were disabled, and we talked about how difficult it can be to get around, even if you're getting around like a city of London. I'm going to be starting to investigate this again, both for the show and for a project for my masters. So if you are disabled and you want to talk to me about how easy or difficult it is to get around, whether you're going on flights, trains, cars, buses, whatever, I'll be interested to know what happens and how easy it is for you. I'm going to be looking at safety as well, because some hotels have, which I find completely unbelievable, refuge centres for people who can't get down the stairs. And the idea is you wait in the refuge centre and hopefully the fire won't burn or cook you in that little box. I'll be looking into that to see if they're still around, because I couldn't believe it when I first come across them. And I'm interested to know if you've ever taken part in some security exercises at hotels, cruise ships, trains, whatever, and you've been a disabled person and you've been there to prove or disprove how well the systems are in place. You can come to me anonymously if you like, and I just want to see if anything has improved, because I know when I started in travel in 2004 it was pretty dire, and even when I left nearly 2 years ago there were massive improvements, but it still wasn't great. And I'm also looking into the weather at airports around the UK. You can get stuff from the Met Office, but it's very, very expensive. If you know anybody who's into amateur weather and they live near an airport in England or the UK and they keep records of the weather every day, I'll be interested to talk to them too, because I'm trying to get some facts and figures together. And while we're doing the housekeeping, as I always say, or nearly always say at the end of the show, if there's anything you want covered when it comes to travel, if you want something investigated because you feel you've been ripped off, or you want to know about a destination or how to use a website, anything that's travel based, just do contact me via the Facebook page and I'll get somebody on the show to talk about it or find the answers out for you and give you the answers. And I do hope you can join me next week on the Travel Show with John Guinn on ukhealthradio.com, where each week I'm checking it out before you check in.